Questions you ask yourself are going to determine the kind of life that you have, the quality of life that you have. Thinking is just a process of asking and answering questions in your own mind. What do I feel like having for lunch today? Oh, I don't know. What about a burger? No, I don't want a burger. What about pizza? No, don't make me tired. What about a good salad or maybe a kind of a salad buffet? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. We're always asking and answering questions in our own mind. So it's not the answers that have power, it's the questions. If you ask yourself a good quality question, you'll get a good quality answer. What can I do to make things happen? What can I do to feel in control right now? What outcome do I want? These are good quality questions. If you ask yourself a lousy question, you're going to get a lousy answer. If you ask yourself, why doesn't this always happen to me? How come I never get what I want? Why doesn't it work out? Why me? Then your mind's going to give you lousy answers like, because you're a loser, you don't deserve it, it's never going to work. So we have to scramble that. We got to start asking better questions. So I want you to start focusing on what you want. I want you to start asking yourself, what kind of outcome do you desire? I want you to start focusing on the actions that you could take right now that will allow you to take action and start moving in the direction that you desire. It's so important to make sure that you're aware of what you're saying to yourself and what you're thinking about. Researchers say that we have about 60,000 thoughts every day, and around 30,000 of those thoughts, around half of them, are the same thoughts that we play over and over and over again like a record in our head or a CD in our head. And you got to know what those 30,000 thoughts are, because that is deciding what kind of life you're going to have. So if those thoughts are adding pressure, if they're creating stress, if they're making you feel afraid, if they're telling you that you're not going to be able to get what you want, if they're holding you back, we need to change them. And it doesn't matter if these thoughts were put in your head when you were little, because you're not a child anymore. You had no control over what happened to you as a kid, but as an adult, you do. So we have to leave childish behaviors behind and mature, become stronger, more disciplined, and use our mind and our emotions, learn emotional mastery, which is what I'm really teaching you, so that you're able to take control of your life and feel good and know that you can do it. I know you can. I've seen so many people that were, so many of my clients that were lifelong dieters, and they were convinced that they'd never be able to get results, and they have. I remember people coming in and saying, I've been addicted to sugar for 30 years. And within 60 seconds, they didn't even want the cookies anymore. I did my sugar elimination strategy and boom, the cravings were gone, and they were shocked. They couldn't believe it. Just using the power that you already have inside of you is going to help you so much. So we want to focus on what you can do instead of what you can't do. People would come to me for years, and I'd work with them once, and then I'd see them the second session, and I'd say, so how's it going? And they'd start telling me all the things that weren't working, or why it wasn't going well for them. I'd even have clients that say, nothing seems to be working. And I'd say, well, what happened? And they'd say, well, I didn't eat any sugar, and I quit drinking pop, and I'm not exercising, but I didn't lose any weight this week, so I know it's not working. And I would just laugh, because they're focused so much on the scale. They're focused so much on the weight. They're so focused on dieting, and that's why they haven't been successful. They didn't focus on their performance. They focused on weight loss. If you keep focusing on weight loss, if you keep focusing on jumping on the scale every day or every week, you're going to be disappointed. You're not going to get the lifetime results that you're looking for. Instead, we focus on the behaviors, the performance, what you can do. I don't even let my clients get on a scale for the first 6 or 8 weeks of our program, because it's not necessary. Thinner people don't get on the scale all the time, and if you want to be thinner, then stay off the scale. Do what thinner people do. So if I want to be really rich, then I got to do what really rich people do. I don't do what really poor people do. It makes sense. So we want to make sure that you are focusing on what you want. You're focusing on the performance. You're focusing on what you do have control over. You can't control whether your body loses no weight, 5 pounds or 10 pounds in this week. But what you can control are the actions that you take. How much water did you drink? How many days did you go for a walk? What did you buy at the grocery store and bring home? What did you leave at the grocery store? How did you manage your self-talk? How many programs did you listen to, or videos did you watch, or other programs did you use that would allow you to acquire more tools, that will allow you to have the support you need, that will allow you to have the strategies to get what you want? These are things that you can control. And if you're stressed and you're under pressure, you need this stuff more than ever before. Some people think that, well, I'll get to it when I'm not so stressed. That's missing the point. That's like drowning and someone throws you a life preserver and you push it away and say, I don't need this right now, I'm drowning. Can't you see I'm drowning? That doesn't make any sense. When you're feeling stressed and upset, when you're under pressure, that's when you need these tools and strategies even more. That's when you really need to be aware of what kind of questions you're asking yourself. You know, Dr. Phil once said, do you want to be right or you want to be happy? And most people choose to be right instead of being happy, and that's a mistake. How do you become happy? Through asking better questions, through asking yourself questions that will allow you to be more in control. So I want you to be aware of your self-talk. I want you to be aware of what you're saying to yourself. I want you to start focusing on what you want. If it's hard at first, that's okay. It will get easier. If you don't believe the things you tell yourself at first, that's okay. You just fake it till you make it. You just tell yourself those things anyway. If you hear something enough, you'll start to buy into it. When you were younger, when someone might have told you that you weren't good enough, or you were always the heavy one, or whatever it might have been, you may not have believed that at first either, but if you kept hearing it, you'll buy into it. TV commercials, radio commercials, you hear the same thing over and over and over and over. Why? Because they know if you hear it enough, you'll take action. So I want you to start saying the things that you want to believe to yourself over and over and over. Write them down so you get real clear. State them in the positive. You don't say, I want to become, I want to lose weight. You say, I'm becoming the thinner me. I will be 150 pounds by June 1st. Or whatever it may be. I love the fact that I'm exercising. It makes me feel so good. I'm proud of myself that I'm in control no matter where I'm at, no matter who I'm with, no matter what's going on. You tell yourself what you want to believe every day in every way. I am getting better and better. I feel full and satisfied on less food. I just push away from the table with a sense of pride. I feel good. Whatever it is you want to believe, you can write these things down and say them to yourself. And then over time, you'll begin to believe them more and more and more. Make sure you visit our website for a lot of free examples, a lot of different things that you can use that will allow you to get the results that you want. We've already done the work for you, so if you want to make it easy, just use the stuff we already have, and it will get you the results you're looking for. So I'll see you on the next video. We've got some more secrets to be revealed soon. So I hope that you apply what you've learned, be aware of your self-talk, ask yourself the right questions, and I hope that your day is a sure success.